An American soldier dropped to his knees and used his body to press down the barbed wire, becoming a human stepping stone for his comrades to climb over the obstacle. But he never got back up. His teammates, unwilling to let him die in vain, desperately tried to pull him back. The moment they reached for him, enemy machine guns opened fire. 3 American soldiers were killed instantly, their bodies hanging on the wire, as if crying out for vengeance. One soldier, filled with rage, raised his Thompson and sprayed bullets wildly, taking down 2 enemy soldiers. Then, without hesitation, he hoisted a heavy artillery launcher onto his shoulder, aimed at the enemy position, and pulled the trigger. The shell carved a deadly arc through the air and exploded on impact, wiping out 42 enemy troops in a massive blast. The Americans had broken through the first defensive line, but the enemy wasn't finished. They sent in tanks for a counterattack. Furious, an American soldier yanked the pin from a grenade and hurled it at the advancing tank. The explosion stalled the vehicle. Then he grabbed a flamethrower, aimed, and pulled the trigger. Flames reaching 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit engulfed the tank, melting it into twisted wreckage. The American troops pressed forward. The enemy quickly deployed mountain artillery, unleashing a 40-meter wall of fire. Just as the Americans broke through one fire barrier, another erupted. This was the second defensive line. Unable to push through directly, the Americans scanned the battlefield with binoculars to pinpoint the enemy's artillery positions. Gus quickly marked the coordinates on a map and instructed Vanna to relay the message to headquarters for naval gunfire support. As soon as the message was sent, it was intercepted by enemy forces. But the transmission was in Hovanan, a rare dialect the enemy couldn't decipher. Moments later, 500 naval guns locked onto the marked coordinates and unleashed a coordinated strike. The area exploded in a thunderous blast, instantly wiping out 200 enemy soldiers. With momentum on their side, the Americans followed up with a combined arrow barrage and artillery volley, eliminating another 400 enemy troops. Then came the charge. They stormed the enemy position, launching a new wave of close-quarters combat. Every bullet fired was fueled by anger, payback for fallen comrades, revenge against brutality, and a tribute to those who had already given their lives. But just as the Americans were gaining ground, Gus spotted an enemy bunker directly blocking the assault path. Without hesitation, he raised his Thompson and sprayed the bunker with bullets, then pulled the pin on a grenade and hurled it inside, blowing the position apart. His comrades followed up with a flamethrower, turning the bunker into a blazing inferno, burning the remaining defenders inside. But the battle wasn't over. Suddenly, the enemy opened fire with a machine gun from a hidden pillbox, halting the American advance. Gus grabbed an explosive charge and charged straight at the position. He yanked the fuse, aimed at the pillbox window, and threw it in, but the enemy tossed it back out. The charge was seconds from exploding. 3 enemy soldiers burst out of the pillbox, and Gus tackled one, launching into a flurry of punches and kicks to create a distraction. Then, with no time to waste, he snatched up the explosive and hurled it back into the pillbox. The resulting explosion tore through the bunker, sending every last soldier inside to their end.